Most Apollo tutorials on YouTube are seriously outdated. It is 2026, and if you're still following guides from 2 years ago, you're missing out on new updates that can help you find better leads in half the time. So in this video, I'll walk you through the new Apollo IO platform, how to build a targeted list of leads, enrich them with verified contact information, and start your outreach using its latest engagement features. We've got a lot to cover, so let's jump in. Once you log into Apollo, this is the main dashboard, and on the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to see most of what Apollo offers. This includes prospecting, engagement, pipeline management, automation tools, and even inbound tracking for website visitors. So for this video, we're mainly going to be focusing on finding prospects and briefly touching on engagement. If you want to see a more in-depth walkthrough of the other features, let us know in the comments. To get started, under Prospect and Enrich, click People to access the prospecting database. From here, you can apply specific filters to narrow down your ideal customer. For this example, let's say I'm selling a project management software to help dev teams manage their deadlines for growing SaaS companies. So I'll start with job titles, and this is where you can list the decision makers' roles. If you're going after sales leaders, some job titles might be VP of Sales, Director of Sales, Head of Sales, and so on. And for my offer, I'll be targeting VP of Engineering, Chief Technology Officer, Head of Product, and Director of Engineering. If you're unsure which titles to use, you can also filter for management level and department instead. For instance, C-suite, partner, VP, and director levels, and engineering, product, and IT departments. You can target where your prospects are based, or if you're going after local businesses, then you can narrow them down by company's headquarters. You can even drill all the way down to specific cities, states, or zip codes. And a quick tip is that if you are not sure which regions to target, you can ask ChatGPT for underrated or high opportunity areas in your industry. That way you're just not pulling the same list as everyone else. So I'll stick with prospects in the US and Canada. Next, number of employees lets you find specific sized companies. So if you're targeting startups, you might select under 20 employees. And for enterprise accounts, maybe over 250 employees. And in this case, I'll choose 51 to 200 employees, where these companies are big enough to have budget, but they're still in that growing phase. Now, one of the best ways to target your ideal customers is by using the industry and keywords filter. This is especially useful if you're going after niche industries that might not appear in Apollo's standard search. So for example, if you're targeting companies in the fintech industry, you won't see any results in the industry search. However, if you look up fintech under company keyword search instead, Apollo can pull up all those relevant accounts. And you can even layer the industry filter if you want to get more specific. For my case, I'll set information technology and services as the industry. Then I'll add SaaS as my keyword to narrow it down even further. Apollo also recently added a new filter called market segments, and this solves a big targeting problem. This lets you narrow down your search by the company's business model. So you can target B2B, SaaS, B2C, e-commerce, retail. For my case, I will select SaaS and B2B. Next is the buying intent filter, and this basically scouts for companies that are actively researching topics related to what you sell. So for example, if you offer lead generation services, you can track intent topics such as lead generation software or lead generation services, and you will find companies that might be in market right now for your solution. And you can even hover over the graph icon next to the company's name to see the intent score and when exactly those companies started looking into those topics. This shows how long they've been in market for, and it makes it easier for you to prioritize who to reach out to first. That said, I don't rely on this filter too much because we tend to source our own intent. For example, if you run a recruiting agency and you help companies find better talent, one of the ways you can source intent is by going to their LinkedIn company page and see if they're hiring for roles that haven't been filled in over 2 months. So this is a more quick and reliable way to find companies that would be in market for your services. They also recently updated their scores filter, which is basically an AI-powered model that automatically ranks your leads based on customer fit, behavioral data, engagement history, and this score helps you prioritize prospects that are most likely to convert. And you can even customize your own scoring criteria if you'd like. But honestly, even the default setup does a pretty decent job at highlighting your best opportunities already. Next, the technologies filter is great if you're targeting companies that use specific tools. For example, if you sell a CRM, you can filter for companies using your competitors' tools, like Salesforce or HubSpot, and then you can tailor your messaging to stand out. Next, we have revenue and funding filters. And these filters give you a rough estimate of the company's size or how much capital they've actually raised, which can help you spot fast-growing businesses or those with bigger budgets. Just keep in mind though, Apollo often relies on publicly disclosed records for this, so these two filters aren't always accurate. And personally, I just use the employee headcount filter we discussed earlier, as this is usually a better estimator for your company size. There's also a job posting filter that lets you find companies hiring for specific roles. So if you notice a company's hiring a lot of sales reps and you sell a sales onboarding software, this will be a great trigger event for you to start that conversation. And speaking of triggers, the signals filter helps you spot recent activities or changes within companies or individual prospects. So for example, any job promotions, role changes, office expansions, new product launches, and these are all perfect trigger events that you can reference in your outbound. And right underneath that is website visitors, which lets you track prospects who have recently been on your website. And this isn't always a reliable buying indicator, but it's still nice to gauge any potential interest. Now, once you reach the bottom, there's also a button for more filters to help you narrow your search even further. A few filters that are worth paying attention to here would be headcount growth, job change, and time in current role. These make it easier to find people who just moved into decision-making roles and they need to deliver results quickly. So most of the time, these prospects are more open to exploring new solutions like yours. And that's pretty much how you build a high-intent lead list using Apollo's database. Now, let's go over how to find their contact information and engage with them. So scroll back up to the top of your filters and click on the email status filter. Here, you'll see three categories: either safe to send verified emails, send with caution unverified emails, and do not send unavailable emails. I usually stick with verified emails only. However, just keep in mind that Apollo's verified emails don't always mean it's 100% accurate or up to date. And to find prospects' phone numbers, open up more filters again and look for phone status/confidence. You can choose the type of phone number, whether it's mobile, work direct, corporate, or home. And I personally stick with mobile numbers only, as they give you a much better chance of reaching the right decision maker. And here, I usually leave the phone number status blank because when your list is already super targeted, it's small enough that calling every number is still worth it. Now, the results you will see will only contain prospects whose contact information are listed in Apollo's database. If you want to reveal them, just click on Access Email or Access Mobile Number next to their name. And just make sure that your Apollo plan has enough credits, especially if you're revealing these in bulk. Once you're satisfied with your results, here's how you can save them to a list. Just click on the top left checkbox to select all, apply, then click on the yellow save button. Name your list, let's name them PM leads, hit save. Now if you want to access this list, you can do so in the left navigation panel under lists. Okay, so let's talk about how to engage your prospects. There are two options. You have a choice of either starting your outreach directly within Apollo using their built-in sequences, or just using your own outreach platform. If you want to do your outreach within Apollo, you can set up your email inboxes and add them to a sequence using their Engage tools. You can also create custom workflows, set email schedules, and track campaign analytics all within the platform to keep your outreach streamlined and organized. But if you're already using a separate outbound tool, what you can do is you can click on Export and download this as a CSV. Then you can upload it to Clay, SmartLead, Instantly, or whatever outreach platform you're currently using. Or you can push your leads straight into your CRM by clicking this button here. And Apollo has a lot of built-in integrations with Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, and a lot of other major platforms, giving you more flexibility to control how you run your outbound. Let's walk you through one of Apollo's most underrated features, the Chrome extension. If you're prospecting on LinkedIn, this is extremely convenient. When you're on a company page or personal page, just click on the Apollo logo on the right side of your screen, and then you can instantly pull their data, including company details, job history, and contact information. From here, you can just save that lead to a list, add them to a sequence, or push them directly to your CRM. And compared to manually tracking leads, this is a huge time saver. Now, here's something I need to address, and I wouldn't be doing you any favors if I didn't bring this up. Apollo has a massive database. They claim over 275 million contacts and a staggering 91% email accuracy rate, which all sounds impressive on paper, but in a recent campaign we ran using 1,000 verified leads from Apollo, we only saw an email accuracy rate of 73%, which means over 270 verified emails actually bounced. And unfortunately, disappointing campaign results like this are not uncommon. We've seen many users report the same issues with Apollo, including poor email accuracy, outdated contacts, and overall underwhelming data. And that made me realize something crucial. A massive database of bad data isn't an advantage, it's a liability. It's like owning a fancy sports car. It looks great on the outside, but in reality, it's not exactly known for being reliable when it matters. So if building consistent, reliable pipeline is your priority, Apollo might not be the best option. But this got me thinking, were our targeting and filters completely off? Or was the data quality really the issue? So to test it, we ran the exact same campaign. Same ICP, same filters, same messaging, but this time we used verified data from Prospeo. And the difference was night and day. Out of 1,000 verified leads from Prospeo, we saw a 98% email accuracy rate with almost 0% bounce rate, which compared to Apollo's brutal 27% bounced emails, that is a massive gap. On top of that, deliverability was smoother, response rates were higher, and we didn't have to waste time manually cleaning data that was supposed to be valid in the first place. Prospeo was built with a single goal, and that is to deliver the most accurate B2B prospecting data. Every contact goes through a triple-layer, real-time verification process, removing the need for any additional email validation tools. So when Prospeo finds a verified email, you can trust that it's clean. They also offer powerful intent signals and a Chrome extension that lets you prospect anywhere online, not just on LinkedIn. And this helps you focus on real buyers instead of wasting time on low-quality leads. The best part, you can get started with Prospeo for free at prospeo.io and test the data quality yourself, completely risk-free. And there you have it. That's how you use Apollo IO for prospecting. It's a decent platform with a lot of features, and for many teams, it can be a solid starting point. But if your top priority is protecting your domain reputation, improving deliverability, and keeping your pipeline filled with accurate, high-quality contacts, Prospeo may be the better choice. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out this video here if you want to learn how to write high-converting cold emails to book more meetings. I'll see you there.